Hello everyone and welcome back to Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman, and today it is the long-awaited return of Eirika's campaign, now that we've successfully finished our little sojourn into the side story that is Ephraim's campaign, at least for this Let's Play. Now, a couple of things to go over. First of all, who our characters are. Yes, I was looking at some of this before I got on mic. Don't worry, I'm not going back into it completely blind. We only have a few promoted units, which is fine, because we've been leveling most of our units. And I did go through and get everyone just reset on items, refreshed on weapons, things like that. I also did take the liberty of, say, Tana. I took our stat boosting items and made sure that they were on people so that way we could, use them. So, that said, I see no reason why we can't go ahead and get into it, and when we're setting up our characters for the given mission, if they have any items on them that I need to use, we will use them, and I will explain why I'm using them on those characters. So, let us go, shall we? The capital of Renais. After the twins' absence, seeing their home ruined by war brings them terrible grief. Orson, a former knight of Renais, had been assigned to guard Castle Renais. However, he switched allegiances, betraying his oaths of loyalty to his homeland. Eirika marks her homecoming by vowing to see Renais healed. You guys remember Orson? We encountered him in Chapter 5X and Chapter 6, and we saw that he was accompanying Ephraim originally until we found out that he was actually a traitor, and Greta was attempting to use him to get a hold of the twins' sacred bracelets. Brother, what has happened to our home? What has happened to Castle Renais? How did it come to be so ruined, so desolate? Spies report that the castle is being held by the traitor Orson. Orson. In retrospect, I realize he's been acting odd for a while now. He seemed so dispirited. His wife passed away some 6 months back. The loss may have been too much for his mind to bear. His love and devotion for his wife were well known among the knights. Now he sits alone in the king's former bedchambers. He makes no effort to govern. No one is allowed to enter the chambers, and he takes no meals. What could he possibly be doing? I do not know. The spies had no insight into his behavior. He does nothing to deal with the dark creatures and bandits roaming the land. Reports say all of Renais is engulfed in chaos. Region after region is revolting, and Orson's reign is already crumbling. Left alone, it may very well collapse under the weight of its own neglect. We cannot allow the situation to reach that point. We're going home, Eirika. We're going to the castle. I hear you, Ephraim. Ephraim? What is it, Ma? I'll fight with you. Now that Selena's returned my Dragonstone to me, I'll do what I can until its power runs out. Let's take back your home. Are you sure about this? For the two of you, I simply want to help. Alright, I understand. But you must make me a promise. You will never to stray from our sides. Got that? Of course. And yes, that does mean that we will have our first and only mana key. Oh god, I don't remember what Orson's voice was. We're just gonna go for it. What is it, Monica? You seem so happy today. Of course I know what today is. I'd never forget your birthday. I have a present for you, dear. I think you'll like it. The tragic figure that is Orson. You know something? That Orson, he gives me the creeps. What do you think he's doing back there? I've heard lots of bizarre rumors from the master of the mess hall. Do you think he needs help? Could it be dangerous? I don't care. I'm here for the money. As long as I get paid, I'm happy. But on the subject of rumors, have you heard the stories of the secret treasure? There's supposed to be some fabulous wealth hidden in Castle Renais. I tell you, if I find it, I'm gone. It does my heart good to see you looking so happy, Orson. See what joy your treachery has brought you. I told you treason would be sweet. Get out. This is Monica and Mai's place. I will not have our home disturbed by anyone. I did as you asked. I betrayed Renai. My promise has been kept. How long are you going to continue this nonsense? Eirika and Ephraim have joined forces. Even now, their united forces march toward the capital. Toward you. Eirika, you can't imagine they'll forgive you for your treachery, can you? I expect the sin of your betrayal has shattered your entire family's name. And after all you did to free your wife from the cold clutches of the grave, it's a shame that you'll be sent back there dangling from the hangman's noose. No, that can't happen. Oh, but it can and it will. Unless you do something to stop it. You understand what is required, don't you? You have your orders, Orson. Monica, I'm sorry. I have something I must do. Please wait for me here. Oh, darling, don't look like that. I'll be back soon, and then I'll never leave. I must do this to protect our happiness. You understand that, don't you? Alright then. I'll be back. Whew. Orson has a zombie wife, and he struck a deal with Grado to make it happen. He believes that thing is his wife. Aren't people amusing? Why? This is terrible. Oh my, your nasty illness rearing its ugly little head again. There's no need to worry. The pain will pass shortly. Leave everything to your humble servant, Reeve. So obviously Leon being controlled by the power of the Darkstone. Trying to fight it, but failing miserably. And Reeve clearly not being loyal to the kingdom, or to Leon, or to Vigarde, but to the power of the Darkstone. Which, I mean, he's a weird, malnourished old bishop guy. Of course he is. Okay, so, things to consider here. This is a not terribly challenging map, but it can have its issues. The largest issue among them being, you might notice a particularly large number of promoted units. We've got a druid with Luna and a chess keys, nothing too concerning. We've got some warriors with silver weapons, which is actually concerning. These guys here are the two most concerning of the lot, though. This sage, that is a light magic user, and has Purge, which is the light magic ranged weapon, like the 3x10 bolting-esque weapon. And speaking of bolting, hey, this sage, who is an anima magic user, and has bolting. And a red gem, which I would like to steal if we can, but, you know. So they're probably the biggest issues here. These priests, fortunately, don't have any status staves. We have some heroes here with silver weaponry. Orson himself, the big lad, who doesn't have the rune sword. Wait. Something doesn't seem right here. Listen, I've played this game a lot, and I distinctly remember Orson having a rune blade here, or a rune sword. Interesting. We'll see if that changes. That's weird. But yeah, so I mean, there's warriors, there's dudes, and notably, there are 2 points of ingress. We do want to send a team around to the back here to start working on this group of enemies to the left, because otherwise we're going to get majorly choke pointed here, and we need to have some people in the back to deal with that. Also, spoilers, there's going to be a ton of cavalry reinforcements that come from this corner over here, including a particularly dangerous Great Knight, if I remember correctly. So we want to send a team that can move fast and that can hold both their flank and the front if they get caught while they're in these forests here. So, who do we want to bring? That's the real question. Let's see here. Okay. So we need at least 2 healers, and La Rochelle is definitely going to be one of them. And if I remember correctly, La Rochelle is paired with Joshua. Okay. So Joshua is going to want to go to the front with her. We're going to want some lance users as well. to deal with the mercenaries. So cavaliers potentially up front here to deal with the mix of swords and axes. That would be pretty good. And then I think our flyers are going to go left and try and bust open the rear entrance. Who are Cormac and Tana paired with? Anybody? Not at the moment. I don't remember if I was trying to pair them with anyone. Oh, Marissa was working with Tethys. Amelia is with Ewan, right, of course. Coleman Naimi, makes sense. Ross I was working on getting with Garrick, correct. Doesn't come out right, but you know what I mean. Okay. So, I think we're probably going to have Ford, Kyle, and Seth push at the front. And that'll pretty much be our entire front force. So we'll have Larshell, Joshua, Eirika, Ford, Kyle, Seth. We may also want to bring Ephraim for the front, honestly. Oh, and we do have Myrrh, yes. Myrrh is really strong. As you can see, her Dragonstone gives her a bunch of buffs, but she mentioned that she'll fight with us so long as her Dragonstone still has power. It has 50 uses, which is 50 attacks, just like any other weapon, and then it's done for good, and unless you do a particular glitch, Myrrh is then useless from that point on. The issue is that Myrrh's Dragonstone actually gives her an effective bonus against all monsters. So you pretty much want to wait to use her until you're fighting monsters, which is the large portion, I should say, of the last few levels of the game, and then the post game. So we can use her here, and she's strong, but we're not going to. Now that said, we'll grab a frame. We do need Colm, which means I want to bring Naimi. However, I also want Amelia and Ewan to help take the left-hand side, and we need another healer. So, we may actually need to rethink who we're bringing here. I think we can drop Kyle and just take Seth and Ford, or maybe even just Seth, honestly. Because then Tana and Cormag can fly around to the left with Ewan and Amelia. And Natasha can go with them. Yeah, let's see how that looks. Because at this point, that leaves us with less people going to the front than we have going to the back, which is not ideal. We might just throw a door key on one of these guys then, I think. Which I think we have. Well, to find out, we're going to go ahead and use this angelic robe on Tana. Why Tana? Well, there are a number of other units that possibly have even less HP than she does, but she's a melee unit. She's supposed to be getting in there and scrapping and potentially taking some hits. So that's not the case with our mages as much. So I'd rather have her get the bonus to her health and just be a little bit more resilient. So, and now she's around the same HP as Cormac, which is pretty great. And we have a door key. Beautiful. Okay, so she can take that. And I think that's pretty much good for everyone else. We're going to use this body ring on Eirika because Eirika's constitution is garbage, and we need her to be able to use slightly heavier swords without taking a huge speed penalty. We'll take that silver sword on her now. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, wait, nope. Amelia. So, this is where I deviate from most people into blasphemous territory. The large majority of people give the Swift Soul, which increases your movement range by 2, to Tethys, so that you have a dancer that can keep up with your cavalry. Is that good? Absolutely. But you know what's better? General Amelia being able to move as fast as a cavalry unit. And I'm here to deliver all of you the authentic Tom General Amelia special. So, without further ado, let's make that girl fast. Oh, she is the anime protagonist that we all needed her to be. Alright, and now I think that's everyone for items. So, okay, good. We've got our left side force, we've got our right side force. It's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Also, spoilers, we want to get Eirika and Ephraim as many levels here as possible because at the end of this chapter, we get the ability to promote them. We don't have to take it immediately, but it's nice to be able to just do it, have them both at 20 by the end of the mission, and then just promote them and be done with it. So, if we don't get them there, that's fine, but we'll try if we can. And with that, we're ready to get this show on the road. And does Orson still not have the rune blade? Or the rune sword? That's so weird. I swear he did. Like, that bothers me so much that I'm actually going to pause the episode and look it up, because that's just weird. So, I'll be right back. 1 second. Now I know I was confused. Orson, you can get in the post-game. Like, you can unlock a number of the enemy and allied characters who you just normally would never get to use. And in the creature campaign, the post-game, Orson comes with a rune sword. That's why I'm confused. God, that really had me weirded out, because I swore that he had that. But Orson, as he stands, is still pretty scary. He's about equivalent to Seth in a lot of ways, which means he's fairly powerful. The 51 HP definitely helps. He's strong. He can do some decent damage. And I mean, he's got a spear and a silver sword, so he's got good weaponry as well. Plus, of course, he's on a throne, so he's getting plus 30 avoid and plus 3 defense. So he can be a bit of a pain to deal with. Now, if we can bait out his silver sword, then we can have Ephraim fight him with the Regan Leaf and do, you know, as we've seen Ephraim do. So if we can get that set up, we will, but he can still be a problem. So that said, let's roll, shall we? As always, Amelia will take the lead, with everyone else following up behind. We do want to move through this section as fast as possible, so I'm actually going to scoop up Ewan with Cormag and then drop him later, just so his lower move isn't, you know, dragging us down, quite literally. Now, we've got 2 mercenaries here who I think just have iron swords. Yeah, so nothing too scary. We'll set Seth and Ephraim up, let them deal with them. Also, Seth is our only unit currently with an S rank in swords, which means that he gets the honor of wielding the Audhelma. Or Audholma, I don't... Listen, I've played this game a lot. I don't know what the right pronunciation is, because no one says it, because there's no voice acting. There's no reason not to give it to Seth right now. It's better to just have it on somebody, and, I mean, he's Seth. He's pretty good with it. So, he'll get plus 5 res, he'll do a bunch of damage with it. We don't need it in this current scenario, but he does have it for when we do need it, because we will. Sure, we'll soften him up. Ephraim drawing first blood. Good to be back at it. It's like we never left him in his campaign. And I think everyone else can pretty much just post up. We do have the Renais staff on La Rochelle, so that way if there's any particularly good weapons that we don't want to have break on us, like Ross's hatchet, we can heal it up, bring it back to full uses, and be on our way. Now, you might ask yourself, Tom, we were just talking about Myr and her Dragonstone, and why wouldn't you just use the Renais staff on that? You can't. The devs thought of that. You can't use the Renais on her Dragonstone, which is annoying, because having 150 uses, or 200 uses, as opposed to 50 would be great, but what can you do? These mercenaries are, unfortunately, quite quick, so we are not able to double them with Seth, and I don't think we'll be able to double them with Ephraim either. This one we know we can't, because we hucked a javelin at him before, but, yeah. The fighters will, of course, not be a concern in the slightest. Alright. Let's clean house, shall we? Alright. We'll let Ephraim move around. Yeah, even without the javelin, he's still not able to double them. So it goes. So it goes. Fortunately, they aren't really doing damage, and we can do really good damage to them, so... What are Eirika's chances of being hit here? Not bad. Not terrible. We'll bust out the silver sword and make sure that she can get the kill here. Okay. And then if it came down to it, we could have had La Rochelle healer. But it's fine. Nice, nice. Now, interestingly... Okay, yeah, I forgot that the... Yeah, I forgot that the body ring applies this weird, like, +2 buff to the con, instead of just increasing it like it would increase any other stat, like if you use, say, the Angelic Robe on Tana. So it doesn't show when Eirika's leveling, which is weird, but I mean, it works out fine. Now then... Joshua. We'll go for the killing edge. He'll get the kill either way. Maybe he'll get the crit. Nope. Oh, and no unnecessary follow-up critical just to spite me. Fair enough. I fully expected it. And we can't get anyone else moved up to do any damage here, so Eirika might get hit by a mage. She could potentially be in danger here, but I'm not super worried about it. Alright, and then the advanced team moving up the left flank. Keep them all moving along nicely. Beautiful. Oh, he has a poison axe? Okay. Poison weapons have garbage accuracy, so that's pretty much always a boon whenever we see an enemy wielding one. Alright, that wasn't terrible at all. Now, of course, you might be noticing that there's an absolute cadre of dark wizardry here. And we will probably be leaving Tana. I think she probably has the best resistance out of everyone here. Well, okay, actually Natasha, right. Either Tana or Natasha there to kind of try and pick some of them off over the wall. They don't always aggro, so we might not be able to get any of them as easily as you might expect, but it's worth a shot. Fair enough, fair enough. This is why we have La Rochelle ready to go at a moment's notice. Can't let those wounds stack up, after all. Alright, just have Eirika push up, which means Naimi can go here. We'll go for the killer bow just to see if we get the crit. Nope. No fortuitous crits for me today, although we did get the dodge. Oh. There it is, see? There's the spiteful secondary crit. How very rude. La Rochelle coming along. We'll be able to promote her someday. Even if today's not that day. Surprised that we don't have Seth supporting with anybody. Actually, wait. Move a frame there so we can put Joshua there. Very nice. And of course, there will be thieves that spawn to try and take treasure chests and yada yada yada. All the stuff you would expect. Okay, so just a couple of steel lances there. We do have to watch coming into this hallway here, though, because we will then be in range of these guys. So, remember, 310 range. 310 range. I don't think they move, or they would have already aggroed on us where we're standing. So we just have to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10. So basically these couple of spots here the bolting guy can hit. And the purge guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9, 10, 9, 10. Okay. And these 4 spots here. So we can try and start baiting out some of the damage, which might not be a terrible idea. But first things first, I want to get Seth in there and just start working on these knights, I think. We aren't going to go for the attack, just in case he gets hit twice on the crackback, but that way he's there and can start doing the damage. Yeah, we'll have Naimi pick at this guy, why not? If we're lucky, we'll get him moving, and he'll come around and aggro on us, so we can actually just finish him off, rather than having to, like, slowly work our way around. Because, you know, sword masters are scary. But if not, then, I mean, hey, we could always just leave Naimi sitting there and pick away at him. And Eirika's got a pretty good dodge rate, so we'll see if we can bait out some bolting shots with her. Also, let's see if we can bait out some dark magic attacks. No Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference intended, but welcome nonetheless. Alright, we don't have to worry about a druid up there, so we'll just huck some spears at this guy. You know your Pegasus Knight is good when she's doubling with a spear hucked over a wall, hitting a knight twice with good accuracy and doing 13 damage a shot. That is not always the case with Pegasi, especially in the GBA games. You should have had that javelin out to begin with, buddy. Not that it helped you, but... Alright, that's one less body to worry about. And hey, another door key. Cool, I forgot he had one. We don't need two on us, though, so... Very good, thank you, Seth. And now this guy will be easy to clean up. If we're lucky, the other knight will move as well. Nope, he's holding the line. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, that just gives Naimi another chance to take a pot shot at this guy. I would love it if we got the crit, but what can you do? And that means Colm is going to chill back there with her so that she has her increased chance to hit and whatnot. We'll take the shots here. So that way we can get in there with possibly Ephraim and Joshua. No. Oh yeah, no, we can huck a javelin with Ephraim. That works. Nice. And Joshua can move up with the Lance Reaver, finish that guy off, and then they should be drawing aggro off this Sage, I think. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so this turn we should see a shot from that come off. Joshua may even take the hit. I'm not too worried about that if it does happen. He will have a decent chance to dodge it, and even if he doesn't, he won't just outright die, so... And we don't have to worry about the Swordmaster's move range, so we'll move her up, and just for the XP, we'll burn a use of Physic. Is it the best idea? Up to your personal discretion, but I would prefer to be able to promote La Rochelle with full XP gains intact, thank you. Holy, that level was amazing. Alright, time to drop Ewan off. Tana has her spear at the ready. We'll see if we can't lure out an attack from that druid. And it looks like these guys aren't going to aggro, so we'll keep moving with Natasha. Hey, here we go. Welcome to your demise, Chief. Oh, Tana's such a beast, man. So good. Like, look at those stats. It doesn't even matter that she didn't get anything there. Like, she's already pretty much stacked. Like, as much as she could possibly hope to be. Nah, we'll ditch the chest key. That's why we have Colm. And still nobody moving. I feel like I remember getting aggroed on more here, but maybe I'm just misremembering again. It's certainly possible. Alright, door is opened. Amelia moving up. We are ready to storm the gates. Actually, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They still didn't fire, which is interesting. They could have if they wanted to. So he'll have 30 damage if he chooses to shoot at Ewan with Purge. However, Ewan has a disgusting amount of res, so even if he does, we'd be alright. And this warrior can move up. I don't think we have an Axe Reaver. No, okay. So Cormac's going to hang back. And we'll get Amelia moved up there next turn to deal with the warriors. Over here, I think we're really just going to chill with Naimi and pick this guy off. Like, I do not want to tango with a Swordmaster if I can avoid it. I am, however, going to try and bait out an attack from this Shaman. I'm wary about moving up too much, but we'll take just the teeniest of stippy steps forward here. I don't want to inadvertently put anyone in that Swordmaster's attack range. Not when we're so close to having him finished off. Yeah, they're just not being aggro at all today. Interesting. Well, I'll take it. Nice. I was going to laugh at the cruel irony of the last shot he dodged. Nice! Big level on Naimi. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. That is what we like to see. Now, if these guys aren't going to aggro either, we've got 3 Lunas and 2 Fluxes, so realistically, we don't have to worry too much about taking aggro here. If anything, we just want people who are fast and dodgy. So I think we'll see if we can't lure a couple of them out by just throwing Colm in here and seeing what they do. Because things are going to start moving, and I want to have as much cleared out as possible before that starts happening. Alright, get Amelia posted up there. Ewan right behind her for support. Both, you know, covering fire and actual support points support. And get these guys shifted up, ready to go. And I think the party back here just holds to see what it is they wind up doing. Alright, Knights are on the move. That's fine. Warriors are on the move. Here we go. Now the aggro's happening. They were just waiting for someone to move into the right position, I guess. Whap! Greatest animations in the game, Amelia! Smiting dudes with an ultra great sword from Dark Souls. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Can she do it again, or will she leave some XP for Ewan? Let's find out. Nope! Screw that! The XP's all hers. Fair enough. I can't even be... I can't argue with that. Like, she wanted it, she took it, done. Ewan can fight some knights, it's fine. Very good. Colm getting the dodges we need, alluring in the dark mages. Yeah, now they're all moving, except the druid, it seems. Ooh, buddy. Oh, yep, that's why I'm scared of these sages, because that shit hurts. That shit hurts real bad. And the druid came in, all right. Nice. Okay. And there's the reinforcements from behind. Oh, sorry. Did I say a single dangerous Great Knight? I meant all of the dangerous Great Knights. Good lord, I forgot they're all Great Knights. Okay, very well. Plus this one random Cavalier for some reason. And a thief who thought he was hot shit trying to sneak up behind us, but actually, we're the ones getting the drop on him. Alright, well, we don't want you to be out of Amelia's range, so you're getting your buffs. There we go. Kill him with Nosferatu. Beautiful. Now, Amelia might not actually be able to get the kill here with the Iron Axe. Never mind. I shouldn't have doubted our Lord and Savior, Amelia. You absolute fool. And the crit, too. She's ruthless, dude. Absolutely zero mercy. Oh, my God. Oh, it's good to be back. Paladin Amelia's one thing, man, but... Busting out General Amelia is just a whole different beast. See if we can get the kill here with Cormag. Nice. Oh, so close to the level, too. Alright, team move up. Left side flank is pretty much clear, other than the Great Knights that are going to split off and come from multiple directions, which is fine. We have a druid to deal with here. I think Eirika can handle that. Yes. Wonderful. Down he goes. Good chunk of XP. Alright, now, warriors. This part is potentially a problem. We can have Colm, Ephraim, and Seth just slaughter these guys so that there's only one left. And then if we want, we can lure in a warrior with Joshua. The only thing I need to check here is to make sure that we get him out of this sage's range, fall him back, and then heal him. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10. Okay. So, if we go here with our iron sword, let me just double check something real quick here. Okay, only a steel axe. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Let's go for the full men just to be sure that we get there. Now, could we put Colm there and potentially have him be less at risk of getting hit? Yes. Yes, he does have better avoid than Joshua does. But we want that XP for Joshua because we're getting to the point where we're not going to be able to tolerate having unpromoted units for very much longer. So, I'd rather Joshua get the XP and we can leave Colm to help these guys with the shamans. Ephraim refusing to stomach not one-shotting a shaman, and as such getting a ridiculously low % crit to do it. As you do, buddy. As you do. I could bust out on Holma if I really wanted to, but it's really not worth it. Very good. Getting more levels for Seth. Always welcome. And as always, a good level for Seth at that. Ah, he is the machine. Beautiful. Well done, team. This is going smoothly thus far, and I'm incredibly worried that it is implying that things are going to go not so smoothly very soon. But for now, we're going to keep riding this hype train. We probably could have left him with the Killing Edge equipped, but I was worried about reducing his speed too much, which I think it would have. He would have taken a hit to his speed. What a level! God damn. Fortunately, the Great Knights moving up the left-hand side. Oh, they're almost all coming from there. Okay. They do get significantly slowed by the forests, so that gives us plenty of time to readjust and figure out how we want to be set up. Thank you, Eirika, for getting the good dodges in there. Hey, there he goes. Now he's taking the shot at Ewan. Which, again, even with weapon triangle disadvantage, Ewan taking nowhere near as much damage as Joshua did. That's just nuts. Okay. We'll do one more turn. We'll do one more turn in this episode, and then I'll call it. So, with that said, can Cormag get this Cavalier? It looks like he can. We'll leave the Killer Lance on him. And I'm sorely tempted to send Tana up and just spear the ever-loving god out of this priest. But 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would leave her in range of the Bolton guy and the Purge guy. So I don't know that I want to do that. But what if... What if we did it with Ewan instead and then just healed with Natasha? Or what if we even just did it with Natasha? We could just do it with Natasha, who also has great resistance. And whose animations are turned off. Whoops. I'll take another physic. Thank you, sir. Yeah, she actually has slightly better res than Ewan, so she's more equipped to deal with it. I actually am going to trade Flux onto him instead of Nosferatu, because Flux is not as heavy, so it won't impact his ability to dodge as much. And you know what? Every little bit helps. Now, we've got these Cavaliers running up the right-hand side. Nothing to be particularly worried about, especially since they're all decked out with steel weapons. Really, the number one thing to worry about here is these warriors and killing them without getting ourselves killed by the Purge Mage. How we do that is going to be an interesting question to answer. Okay, we can kill this guy with Naimi, which when Colm moves up means he'll get his support bonuses. And then we can probably get in there with Seth, and this might be where we equip the Odholma, actually. Oh, he won't get the support bonuses. Rip. That's my B. And he can't get to the other one. Nope. Alright. That's a shame, but what can you do? So, Odholma. Smite. Smike? Smash? Oh, and the crit, too. Beautiful. Beautiful. And since he is now going to be getting +5 res from the Odholma, he's not going to take too much damage from the Purge Mage if it chooses to attack him. So, hey, that's what we like to see. Now, the real question. Can Colm execute this guy? Yes, he can! Done! This is going far too well. I'm afraid. I am very afeared right now. This is going so smoothly, and I fully expect that I'm going to get punished for it. Just inadvertently, without even trying. Something bad is going to happen. Oh, and you know what? While I'm thinking of it. There we go. Alright. Actually, Ephraim's probably going to go handle the Cavaliers. So we can leave this Shaman to Eirika. The difference in damage between the Silver Sword and the Iron Sword is prodigious, as you can see. Had a lucky hit in there, too, you cheeky little Shaman. Nice. Very close to that requisite level 20 for Eirika. Should be easy enough to get to. And I think Joshua's going to vibe and build his support with Laurashell. Look at them all, jeez. Come on, get the crit core mag. Get the double core mag? Yeah, buddy. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, one of our first bad levels of the mission, not counting that 0 stat level up that Tana had, because again, she doesn't really need it. Ah! Fair enough. Having the weapon triangle disadvantage there makes that a little bit harder to deal with. It's fine. Nice. So really, we can just get her healed up periodically. Probably just using vulneraries. And she should be in decent shape. Actually, wait. What I can do... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10. So if we move her, like, down here... she can heal other people for us. And she can get healed by Laurashell. And then she can just sit there and tank all of the attacks until all of their ranged weapons are done. And then we can just ride in and declare ourselves the victors. Ooh, Laurashell is just outside of range. What if she goes here? That'll work. Nice. And that's going to get Laurashell much needed XP as well. And I think she's still out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She's just out of range. Alright. Oh, you know what? I said I was going to call it here. And I do have to, because we are quickly approaching a limit that I don't want to breach with just the length of these videos. So we'll pick up in the middle of this turn next time. Thank you all so much for watching. I do very much appreciate it. If you know someone that you think would enjoy this series or any of my other series, if you could shoot them a link, well, that would just be swell. Until the next time, though, I hope you all have a good night. Stay safe and healthy out there. And remember, be good to each other. Bye now.